Japan is known for its incredible food, but did you know that every prefecture has something that they are famous for and known for? If I had the chance to check off my bucket list and go eat my way through Japan, these are the must-try foods that I would go for. From fresh seafood in Hokkaido all the way down to the richest ramen in Fukuoka, let's take a delicious journey through all 47 prefectures. I bet when you watched this YouTube video, you didn't think you were going to come for a geography lesson, but you can get a little education about the 8 regions of Japan and a whole lot of yummy food to make you hungry as you're watching. And you can get ready to plan your trip across Japan. And if I planned a Japan food trip for real, would you come along? Let me know in the comments. Let's start from the north and work our way down. So Hokkaido, this is the land of seafood and dairy. We are starting here and having fresh seafood and rich dairy flavors. Have you heard of all the Hokkaido milk and delicious breads and bakeries? Yes, I would have that. But first of all, I would go for the kaisendon. Kaisendon just means a whole lot of seafood over rice. And you know there's going to be mounds of fresh uni, which is sea urchin, ikura salmon roe, and scallops and all kinds of fresh fish caught straight from Hokkaido's cold waters. And for something sweet, they are known, like I said, for all these Japanese dairy bakery items. So even just the milk breads would be delicious. But there is a cookie called shiroi koibito, which is very famous, but really you can get it anywhere. You can even get it on Say Weee. I get a ton of stuff delivered from me, global stuff from Say Weee, but you can also get it at the airport or all kinds of places because it is just that famous and it needs to be readily available. It's the shiroi koibito. They're delicate butter cookies filled with this smooth white chocolate in the middle. And I'm not a huge white chocolate fan, so I would probably go for all the other sweets in Hokkaido. But if you are looking for the iconic shiroi koibito cookie, that's Hokkaido. Then we hit the Tohoku region. We are moving down, and Aomori is all about apples. So I would go try the Aomori apple pie. It is made with their famous crispy and juicy apples. But if you want something savory, they also have this unique thing called senbei jiru. If you know what senbei is, and I'm going to talk about this a number of times throughout this video, it is a crunchy rice cracker, but senbei jiru is rice cracker soup. It is a must try and something unique for the area. In Iwate, I would take on the Wanko Soba Challenge. This means they keep bringing out little bowls of soba until you say, "Stop, I am done." And then to balance it out, I would snack on Nambu Senbei, which is, like I said, a crispy cracker with sesame or peanuts. And they do have, apparently, some sweet versions as well. So little savory sweet action going on there. As we go on to Miyagi, it's all about gyutang. Gyutang is beef tongue. And I don't know if people went, whoa, I don't know about beef tongue. Sliced beef tongue, sliced grilled beef tongue. I love it. When I go to izakayas, I'm a sucker for it. It is so good. And if this place is known for it, yeah, I'm definitely getting it. And for dessert, they have zunda mochi, which is a sweet mashed edamame covering the mochi. And mochi is sweet rice cakes. I've talked about it on this channel. If you haven't seen it, go check out. This is how to make super easy mochi at home. But zunda mochi, it just means edamame mashed covered mochi. Akita is famous for kiritampo, which are pounded rice shaped over skewers, grilled, and then dunked in miso broth. And then I would cool down with this thing called babahera ice cream, which is a banana and strawberry flavored soft serve shaped like a flower. Doesn't that sound really cool and exciting? I know my kids would love this. And if we're traveling, and this is why we pick like a sweet and a savory, right? Because I know in our family, we like to balance the sweet and the savory. And if we're going somewhere, we want to know both, right? And you know, this isn't just going to be limited to these few things that I mentioned, but these are the big hitters. And then you obviously can add whatever else you'd like. Yamagata is Japan's cherry kingdom, friends. So I would dig into their ultra sweet Satonishiki cherries, but not before warming up with a bowl of imo means potatoes. So this is a hearty beef and taro stew. And in Fukushima, then we're going to kita kita ramen. is what it's called. It is ramen, right? Like the thick curly noodles, but in a shoyu broth, a soy sauce broth. And it sounds like just the perfect way to end the leg of this part of the journey, followed by ampogaki, which is a semi-dried persimmon with a rich jelly-like texture. So if you like hoshigaki, I've made videos about this, about how to make dried persimmons at home as well, but this is semi-dried, so it's not quite all the way. So it's got that nice, soft, jelly-like texture. Now we're moving on to the Kanto region. This is the area that has Tokyo as well, so we will get there. But first, we're stopping at Ibaraki, and they are known for natto. Do you all know what natto is? I have talked about that so many times. It is the fermented soybeans that are super strong smelling, sticky texture that my family does not like, but I absolutely love, and I have made it in my own Instant Pot. It is delicious once you get used to it, in my opinion, but some people are just a hard no on it. If you're willing, Ibaraki might be the place that you do it. They also have hoshimo. So this is naturally sweet dried sweet potatoes, and this is the Japanese sweet potatoes, not the yams that you might be thinking of normally, but mm, so good. So in Tochigi, you have to try the utsunomiya gyoza, which I have tried when I went, and it was absolutely delicious. It is pot stickers, but it is crispy, pan fried to perfection. And then you also have to get the sweet tochiotome strawberries, which are these extra large, juicy strawberries. And I have tried them before in like ichigo sando. So, so good. People import them because they are so good. Gunma is all about noodles. And so I would go for the Mizusawa udon, known for its smooth, chewy texture, paired with the yakimanju. Yakimanju means grilled. So it is a Japanese grilled sweet bun glazed with miso sauce. That sounds delicious. If you love things like yaki onigiri, yaki anything where it's just grilled to perfection, this is going to be absolutely fantastic as a sweet. In Saitama, I would go for a cup of Sayama tea. It is one of Japan's best known green teas. And then you can snack on imogashi. Imo, remember, is potato, but this is a sweet potato. So it is a Japanese sweet with sweet potato. It is a crispy, fried sweet potato sticks coated in sugar. In Chiba, this is a coastal prefecture, so it is famous for different kinds of sushi. Futomaki is the thick sushi rolls filled with seafood and vegetables, so go try that. And their unique peanut monaka. Monaka is crispy wafer-filled dessert, and the inside in this one is peanut paste. And then we hit Tokyo. Very famous, right? And I've made a whole video about monjayaki. This is a cousin to okonomiyaki, which is savory Japanese pancakes. But it is a runny Tokyo style savory pancake that is cooked right on the griddle in front of you. Go check out this video if you haven't seen it already, but I absolutely recommend it. And for dessert, some people recommend the Tokyo banana. That is everywhere, right? It is very famous. You can get it almost anywhere. It's a soft sponge cake filled with banana custard that's become iconic. Personally, I'm not like the hugest fan of it, but you can try it for yourself and let me know what you think. They have all kinds of iterations of it with different stuff inside, different characters on the outside, all of that. So pick your Tokyo banana of choice. In Kanagawa, this is home to where Yokohama sits. They have a fantastic Chinatown in Yokohama. So they are known for shumai, which is steamed pork dumplings, right? You may have seen them in dim sum restaurants, all that kind of stuff, but this is the Japanese version of shumai. Enjoy your time in the Kanto region. Because now we're heading into the Chubu region. So Niigata is famous for koshihikari rice. If you have seen my video about rice and which rice to pick for your Japanese food, koshihikari is considered one of the best in Japan. So if you go to Niigata, go get any sort of bowl or meal that comes with rice and enjoy it. And then they also have sasadango, which is a mugwort-filled rice cake that is wrapped in bamboo leaves. So go try that for dessert. In Toyama, I would grab a box of masuzushi, which is a pressed sushi made with marinated trout. If marinated stuff is not your cup of tea, then maybe this isn't for you, but you might as well try because it is a specialty there. And then followed up with shiroebi senbei. Again, senbei is crackers. Shiroebi is these little tiny shrimp flavored rice crackers. Now we're going to Ishikawa, where I would try the jibuni, which is a rich duck stew with a slightly thickened broth. And then after that, treat yourself to a gold leaf ice cream, right? Who wants to eat ice cream, soft serve, topped with edible gold foil? Funny story, I found some gold foil in my mom's pantry. And so I put some onto our oshogatsu oasechi ryori, which was really fun because it just brightens things up. And now we can have soft serve with gold leaf on it. Fukui is home to ichizen oroshi soba. These are cold soba noodles served with grated daikon. And if you haven't had grated daikon on stuff, I have it on all kinds of things and hot pot and stuff, but it is so good on noodles. Go try it. Ichizen oroshi soba. And then you also have habutae mochi. Remember, mochi is like the sweet rice cakes. It is silky soft, melts in your mouth. It's supposed to be absolutely amazing. In Yamanashi, they have hoto, which is a miso-based soup with thick, flat udon noodles, and it's a must-try along with their koshu grapes, which are known for their deeply rich flavor of grape. Nagano, some people heard because there's been Olympics there before, right? They have their shinshu soba, which is world famous, really, this kind of soba. And then their oyaki, which is a stuffed dumpling filled with red bean paste or vegetables. So you can take your pick between savory or sweet, snack or dessert. Gifu is home to Hida beef. So Hida beef is one of Japan's top Wagyu varieties. And so if you've heard all the rage about Wagyu beef and why it's so delicious, because it absolutely is and it just melts in your mouth, go try the Hida beef in Gifu. And then they have gohei mochi, which is skewered rice cakes brushed with nari miso sauce. I had it growing up and it is so good. I absolutely love it. It's rice though, so it's not like the same mochi texture. Just go try it. In Shizuoka, it's known for unagi, which is eel. And so if you are trying different unagi dishes, try all kinds of them. But also, you might want to get the unagi pie and try it. It's a sweet and savory eel flavored pastry, something unique that you don't get everywhere, right? And for something crunchy, you might want to get the sakura shrimp senbei. Now, I know there was other shrimp senbeis before, but this one has the tiny dried shrimp and it would be perfect as a little snack. And then Aichi. This is also where Nagoya is. And so I've made a video about this where you might want to try some of these foods. Absolutely the miso katsu, which is the deep fried pork cutlet smothered in their rich miso sauce. That is a must try. They are also known for their unagi as well for the hitsumabushi. So you might want to try that while you're there too. But their dessert that they're known for is called a nama uiro. And I absolutely get it every single time. It comes in so many different flavors. It is a chewy rice cake that is similar to mochi, but it is chewier and less sticky, if that makes sense. You just have to try it. Now we're heading on to the Kansai region. We're starting in Mie, where we definitely would go for the iseebi, which is spiny lobster. If you love lobster, you've got to try it fresh in sashimi or grilled to perfection or cooked in a soup. Everything would be delicious. For something sweet, go for the akafuku mochi. Super, super famous. It's just a soft rice cake, but it's smothered and covered in red bean paste. It's a must try. Everybody knows it. I've loved it from childhood. So good. Then in Shiga, I'd have to taste the funazushi. And there's going to be different kinds of sushi as you go throughout Japan. But this one is the original fermented sushi made with fresh water fish. And then you can balance that out with a dessert called the Shiga Baumukuchen. Baumukuchen is the round, super layered cake that you might have seen other places, but it is pretty rich. So you're not going to have the whole thing, but it's a rich layered cake that might just balance out the sushi. We're hitting Kyoto and it's all about tradition. It's hard to choose what to have here because there are so many fantastic things. But remember, they highlight the quality ingredients. Their seasoning might be a little bit lighter or less in flavor as you might think, but it just accentuates every ingredient and it is so good. You can even enjoy something as simple as yudofu, which is a hot tofu dish. Simple, but it can be elegant, served in a light broth. Or you can go for some amazing tempura like I did at Yoshikawa Tempura. I made a whole video about it here, and it was an amazing tempura course, just delivered right as they cook it. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Please take me back soon. And then, of course, they have some delicious desserts, but some of them that they're known for is called the namayatsuhashi. It's the triangle. It has like almost a mochi outside with different kinds of fillings inside. You gotta try that when you go to Kyoto. And while you're at it, pair that with some of their famous green tea because green tea and wagashi. And now we're making our way to Osaka, the street food capital. And here you have to get takoyaki, which is the octopus balls. Doughy, crispy, octopus filled deliciousness topped with sauce, bonito flakes, and they're just little balls. So you can have as few or as much as you want. You can share if you'd like. And then they also have okonomiyaki, which are the Japanese savory pancakes. Get both the takoyaki and okonomiyaki. You're welcome. Hyogo is known for Kobe beef, another one of the finest marbled meats that you can have in Japan. Enjoy it as sizzling steak, enjoy it as any kind of other form. So, so delicious. Get it in the heart of Hyogo. And then for something sweet, you can do something unique called tansan senbei. Tansan is carbonated drink, right? So it is a light and crispy carbonated rice cracker. And Nara is famous for their kaki no hazushi, which is sushi wrapped in persimmon leaves for a fragrant, slightly preserved flavor. And then you have miwa somen, which is thin wheat noodles served cold with dipping sauce. And finally, in Wakayama, you can have the kuenabe, which is a hot pot made with this prized long-tooth grouper fish. It's a must, is what I'm told. And then you can follow that up with mikan jelly, which is tangerines, right? Mikan is mandarins, and so it is a refreshing citrus dessert made with their local mandarin oranges. Chugoku, Tottori is the first spot we would stop at. It is famous for their matsuba crab. It is a delicacy. You can have it boiled, you can have it grilled, and then for a sweet treat, go grab a pear something, perhaps a pear tart, because Tottori is Japan's top pear production area. And then Shimane is known for their izumo soba, a darker, nuttier tasting buckwheat noodle, which is often served cold. And then you can pair that with their Shimane wagashi. And if you ever hear wagashi, that just means Japanese sweet. And so this is a traditional sweet that's often served with tea as well. Then Okayama is the birthplace of kibidango, which is a soft millet dumpling. And you might have heard kibidango if you have heard of different Japanese folk tales and stories because they talk about kibidango. So you might as well try it at the birthplace of that. But before that, I would go into barazushi. Bara means just kind of separate. And so it's essentially kind of the same thing as chirashi zushi. It's a colorful bowl of sushi rice topped with seafood and vegetables. Then you come to Hiroshima, which is also famous, right? But they also have an okonomiyaki, but their style is different from what you may have tried in other areas like Osaka because they layer their savory pancake with noodles on the bottom, and they have cabbage pork topped with a special sauce. It's different from the other ones, so definitely try it when you go to Hiroshima. And then for something sweet, try their momiji manju. Momiji is a maple leaf, so it's a maple leaf shaped sponge cake filled with red bean paste or custard, whatever you choose to have inside. Then we head to Yamaguchi, which is famous for their fugu no sashimi. Fugu is pufferfish, so remember, you don't want to eat fugu just anywhere because it can be poisonous, but they are known for it. So go to Yamaguchi and get your fugu no sashimi. And their uiro, which is a soft, slightly chewy rice flour cake. Remember, the nama uiro was famous in Nagoya. This has a different, slightly different version of uiro. The Shikoku region. Now we're getting further south, and this is the Shikoku region. Tokushima is all about the Tokushima ramen. They're rich pork-based ramen with a slightly sweet soy sauce flavor. This topped with an egg. That's runny eggs in ramen. My mouth is watering right now just talking about all these things. We're gonna see a lot more ramen, a lot more unique, soupier things as it gets to the south. Now, you also have something sweet, right? This is the sudachi sorbet. Sudachi is a local citrus fruit. It is light, refreshing, so the sorbet to then, you know, balance out the ramen, the thickness, the richness of the ramen. And then in Kagawa, we have sanuki udon. That is the king around here. These firm, chewy noodles are served hot or cold with a simple broth because it just highlights the noodles, right? Ehime is known for jakoten, which is a deep fried fish cake made from these really tiny small fish called jako. And then you have mikan daifuku to eat there, which are mochi filled with whole mandarin oranges. In Kochi, I'd have to try the katsuo no tataki, which is seared bonito fish coated in garlic and sea salt. I love seared tataki fish all kinds of different ways. It is known for it here. And then followed by imo kempi, which is crispy sweet potato fries coated in sugar. I don't know about anyone else, but I love sweet potato fries. So anytime there's a version of sweet potato fries or sweet potato desserts, I am all in. We're getting close. We've hit Kyushu, and there is bold flavor here, hearty dishes. First, we're kicking it off with Fukuoka's food scene because it is legendary. I would start with the Hakata ramen, which is the rich, creamy tonkotsu broth, which means pork bone. Do not say tonkatsu. That is a pet peeve of mine when someone says tonkatsu for ramen because that means pork cutlet, friends. Tonkotsu is the pork bone. Tonkatsu is pork cutlet. So the tonkotsu broth is what they are known for, the tonkotsu ramen with thin, firm noodles. And then in Saga, we have Saga beef, which is another top tier Wagyu. So as you go throughout Japan, you've got to try the different types of Wagyu. It is so good. And then for something sweet, ryokan, which is a jelly-like red bean confection, and it's a great traditional Japanese sweet option. Nagasaki is famous for this dish called champon, which is a seafood and pork noodle soup with a very rich broth, and then castera, which is a fluffy sponge cake that was brought over by the Portuguese traders, but my kids absolutely love it, and Nagasaki has delicious castera cakes. Kumamoto's basashi, or horse sashimi. Would you eat raw horse? It is a regional delicacy that is surprisingly tender and mild, and funny story, Basashi is how my family found out that I was pregnant with my first one because we went to Japan and we got this delicious looking course meal. But one of those courses was basashi or raw horse. And while I was eating sushi and things like that sparingly, I drew the line there because I did not want to endanger my unborn children. That is how my family found out that I was pregnant. Anyway, that was a fun tangent. And then for dessert, I would get ikinari dango, which is a chewy steamed dumpling filled with sweet potato and red bean paste. Sweet potato and red bean paste, those are some of my soft spots. Sounds delicious. Done. Oita is known for toriten, which is a lightly battered and fried chicken tempura, best enjoyed with a citrusy dipping sauce. And then as we're going with citrus, we're going with yuzu kanten. Yuzu is a Japanese citrus. It is a refreshing citrus jelly dessert. And then Miyazaki's chicken namban. So there's fried chicken all over the place, but different kinds. This one is a deep fried chicken coated in a tartar sauce. It is a must, I am told, along with the hyuganatsu jelly, which is another kind of citrus. It is a rare local citrus fruit, so it is a sweet treat made from that. Then we've hit Kagoshima, which is famous for their kurabuto pork, which is made from Berkshire pigs and is famous for its rich, sweet flavor. So have kurabuto pork in all different kinds of ways. And then finish it off with satsumaimo desserts. Satsumaimo is Japanese sweet potatoes. They have legendary sweet potatoes. So anything with satsumaimo desserts, absolute must try. And for our final stop, Okinawa, they have some tropical flavors, island specialties, and their food culture is all on its own because there is a lot of foreign influence. And so I would start with the Goya champuru, which is a stir fry made with bitter melon, tofu, and pork. It's not for everyone. I actually really like the bitterness of it mixed with everything else, but it is a staple. So you've got to try it. It is a staple for Okinawan longevity, I'm told. So for dessert, there's also this buttery, crumbly shortbread cookie that is a classic and it comes in all kinds of different flavors. It is called chinsuko. You gotta try it. But while you're there are a few other things I want to highlight because taco rice is a unique Okinawan dish that fuses Japanese and Tex-Mex. Can you believe it? It serves taco seasoned beef over rice with cheese and salsa. I don't know if you're going to find that anywhere else very readily in Japan, so give it a try in Okinawa while you're there. And of course, you have to finish it off with something sweet, right? And it is an island, beachy, and you want some ice cream, right? So try this blue seal ice cream, which is an Okinawa favorite, and they have tropical flavors like mango or benimo, which is purple sweet potato, and shikwasa, which is the citrus that they are known for there. Well, that was a whirlwind tour of Japan's best local eats. If you have tried any of these, or if you think I have missed anything that I should add to this must-try list, let me know in the comments. Japan has so many incredible regional foods. I'd love to know. Which one would you try first? And if you're looking to go straight to Tokyo, go here for all the things you should do there. See you in the next video. Mata ne!